Hey, welcome rhymestimes. It's great. It's baseball, it's basketball, it's football season. I mean, it's the greatest thing in the world. Sports is happening right now. We're enjoying sports. We're enjoying things. I'm having a fantastic year of sports. I got my Oakland A's that are really the best baseball and national and baseball right now. Have the best record. So I'm having a great time. I'm rooting for the Oakland A's. Been season tickets for 8 years. I'm mad that I can't go to the game, but I'm having a fantastic year, and I'm also having just great. I'm just can't, and so I'm enjoying the Bay Area right now. Even with COVID-19, I get to watch all the games. Yes, I get to watch every game, but I won't tell you why. But then I have my Dodgers, and yes, Mike, remember that. I'm calling my Big Mike. Remember when we drove all the way from Mammoth all the way down to the LA and watched the Giants and A's play? We used to play the board games that you had to roll dice and say who first out, base hit or outs and all that. We used to drink tea, put milk in it. And then we drive back from the Bay, down to LA, wait the weekend, and drive all the way back to the next weekend to see them play in the Bay Area. Yes, I have not forgot that trip, Mike. Those trips were pretty killer. Dodger dogs were off but used to have some fun. And then I can't say they don't make the playoffs, but remember we choke in the October, so I'm still crossing my fingers that we will make it to the World Series and win. But we choke in Octobers lately, especially one of our best pitchers. But then the Lakers, yes, that's right, LA, we're both dancing. The Dodgers and LA Lakers are in the playoffs, going to the playoffs. So you can't beat that. And I'm not kind of Denver out yet, but hey, we might make it because remember LA Clippers choked. But hopefully the Lakers don't, and we make it to the championship. And man, wouldn't that be fantastic? The Dodgers, the Lakers, Oakland A's all make it to the championship. Oh, I don't know what I would do. I mean, I can't drink alcohol anymore, but I might have my coffee, my Gatorade. I might have all sorts of stuff. I'm just getting so emotional I can't talk. But that's having a great time. And right now I'm having my a great football season. But let's talk about that. I mean, think about what's going on in the NFL. We're on the third week. And I know some of you guys told me you weren't watching football anymore. You're not going to turn on the TV. You're not going to do that because my man, he took a knee. But guess what? I see your comments. I see you cheering your team on. I know you did not keep your word on that. So let's don't talk about that knee thing in the NFL anymore, because guess what? You're watching the game, and now you might post up, but guess what? You're making comments on the football. You said you wouldn't watch football anymore. You're even saying that about basketball. But guess what? You are not keeping your word, most of you guys. I know it because you're making posts and you're cheering for your team. Maybe because of COVID-19 that you have nothing else to do, so you watch the game. But hey, I'm not even using that in school. You didn't keep your word, but I'm okay with that because that's stupid. Not watching sports for that. That's just really stupid. But anyway, let's talk about that. Hey, let's talk about. Let's tease. Hey, Ian and Joe, yes, I'm talking about the 49ers. That's right, the 49ers. What happened to the 49ers? Yes, last year I kept on telling you the 49ers suck and so forth, and they proved me wrong, but they still choked in the championship game. But what happened to them? They were ranked number one because they went all last year. And what happened to their defense? I mean, they're ranked like 14th right now overall. And they even went down from 9 last week to 14. So what's going on with that? Come on. And Garofalo, whatever, their quarterback, I say his name wrong, all that. He choked, and then he got hurt. And I know some of you guys right now, you 49ers, will use all that excuse in the world. Oh, we have so many players hurt. We didn't have a true preseason. The turf is messing up our players. I know I'm hearing all those excuses, but guess what? You're back to the normal 49ers. The 49ers are back, Hey, Mike. Yes, Mike in Mammoth, I'm calling you out, buddy. But hey, your daughter did good last year. She picked the right year to put a little wager on, but don't do it this year because you don't lose your money. But hey, what about it? Hey, you have that young quarterback coming in to cover your um, um, take over the 49ers. He did pretty good last week. They did win 31, what was it? 31 to 13. Yeah, they won, but I'm still not convinced they're back. Honestly, um, they're not back. I mean, think about it. I mean, they played the Jets. Come on, everybody wins the Jets. Come on, the Jets. Oof. The Jets, you think about, the Jets haven't been to the playoffs since 2010. 2010. So it's the Jets. So the 49ers won the Jets, all that. Don't dance, don't think they're back, all that. They played the Jets. Come on. I mean, the Jets, all right? But then you think about it. The quarterback did, like I said, what was it? He threw 8 for 11, 71 yards, all that. But I say most of the time, a second string comes in the game, has a better chance to do really good for once. Because guess what? The team they're playing did not have a whole week to prepare for that quarterback. So I don't think they don't do good this week. I don't think the 49ers will win this week. I'm just calling out. I don't think they'll win. So just let you know, that's right. The 49ers is on lose to the Giants. Yes, you heard that right. Yes, I know you're making sounds, all that, but guess what? Don't boo me. Don't laugh. Guess what? The Giants don't get their first win this year. Their first win. I like their quarterback. He's all right, but man, they just did wrong with him. But I think the Giants will pull off a win against the 49ers because the 49ers are not all together. So, and don't use this excuse, all their players are hurt. Don't use this the AstroTurf. I could be wrong, but I think the Giants will win. Just throwing it out there. But one of the good games I don't like is the Green Bay Packers and the New Orleans Saints. Woo! That's a great game. New Orleans Saints and Green Bay Packers. Some of the oldest quarterbacks in the NFL. I think Breeze is 41. I think Rodgers is 36 or 37 right now. But boy, that's going to be a good game. I mean, come on. You got the offensive power quarterbacks. Very smart. Never feel under the pressure. I mean, think about, man, I love Rodgers, man. That guy could be going down, falling down, throws sideways, and throws 41 yards or 51 yards for a touchdown. I mean, that guy's unbelievable. And I really think they would have made the Super Bowl if Rodgers didn't get hurt early. I think they were on track to make the Super Bowl, and then Rodgers got hurt, threw them off a little, all that. And I think that's right. I said the Green Bay Packers probably would have beat the 49ers if Rodgers stayed healthy. I know he came back, but I think the Green Bay Packers were on fire. And I think they would have beat the 49ers and went to the Super Bowl if Rodgers stayed healthy all that time. I know, Mike in Mammoth, I know. I said that. I know Ian. I know Joe. I said that. But I think Green Bay Packers was good. So I'm going with the Green Bay Packers. I'm going with my man Rodgers. I mean, Rodgers, come on, his last 2 games or whatever, I think he threw 5 touchdowns total. I think his average, I think he threw 500 and something so far combined of passing. But I think the Green Bay Packers is going to beat the Saints. But it's going to be offensive power. It's going to be offense, baby. It's going to be great seeing offense. Woo! You know, hear the crowd going crazy, the Maple Leaf sound. But it's going to be a great game. I think we're lucky to see one of those games. But then, That's right. You hear it, Ian. You hear it, Joe. You hear it? My man Mahone. Woo! Mahone is playing against Baltimore Ravens. That's right. Baltimore Ravens. Ooh, that's going to be a great game. Baltimore Ravens and Mahone. Both two good quarterbacks. Both two quarterbacks that have the running game and the passing. And they're young. And they're confident. Woo! Can you see that? It might be a powerhouse, but it might. Depends on the defense, because both defense do all right. But Baltimore does have a good defense. They're both 2-0. So we're having a good game. This week gonna be great. That hopefully feature that game, but I will watch it. I don't know if somebody on TV in your area, but I will watch it. Because I can. But it's gonna be a great game. Kansas City, Mahomes, Chiefs, and then you have Baltimore Ravens. Whew. It's gonna be great. But I have to go with Kansas City. Kansas City, because Mahomes has a big contract, $315 million. That man better come through all the time. I mean, guaranteed what was $115 million? Boy, he better come through. But I think he's worth that money. I think he really is. So I'm going with the Kansas City Chiefs. Because my man Mahomes is still doing great. Healthy, feeling good. It doesn't take pressure. Loves the game, enjoys it. You can see he always joke around. But Baltimore Ravens quarterback does. But I think he doesn't take as much pressure as a Mahomes can handle. So that's right. I'm going with Baltimore Ravens. You could count on that, baby. You could bet it on that. Because Baltimore Ravens is going down. So I'm going with the Chiefs. You heard it. Rhymes, times, it's going with the Chiefs. But it's going to be pretty exciting. But then, let's talk about the other teams. Now, subpar teams. You know, hey, that's great. We already know. We don't talk about the other 16 teams or whatever. Miami did great. Miami Dolphins beat the Cleveland Browns. Right? So, that was a great game. But, you know, my buddy Robbie, I know you're happy. You're feeling good. Your Miami is 1-2. You're feeling pretty good, all that. But guess what? They still suck. But we've got to go. You know, Miami did a good job. Last week, they won on Thursday. Did pretty good. They beat the Jaguars. My bad. The Jaguars. Great game. Miami did good, but come on. Miami is what? 1-2. The Jags are 1-2 now. So Miami is 2-1. I mean 1-2. So 1-1. Both of them have 1 wins. But still, I still don't believe in Miami. But we will see. Robbie, I could be wrong. You know, you should be cheering for you're in Las Vegas, so you should just switch teams right now and go with the Raiders. But it's okay. You've been a Dolphin fan forever. The last time you had the glory was when we were watching the game, the 49ers against Miami Dolphins. Joe Montana going against Marino. Thought it was going to be a great gun and thing, but 49ers took him to the hill. But it's going to be great. But I still don't think Miami will be ever the same in the 80s when you were watching that, Robbie. I'm sorry. I'm your best friend. I would support you 100%, but not with the Dolphins. No way. But anyway, enjoy your victory. And start watching some other teams. And stay a Dolphin fan, but at least you have the Las Vegas hockey team that is doing good. They brought you a championship, so you got something to celebrate. You got your season tickets, you wear your hockey shirts, you spend time with your family with the Las Vegas hockey team. But that's the only glory you don't have. But it's okay. But then, hey, let's have fun. Let's talk about the Nets game. Let's talk about Washington. What is it? Washington 1-1 against the Cleveland Browns 1-1. What do you think about that, guys? Washington. We can't say the other name because they don't have a name. I don't know what they call themselves, but Washington. I got my Sean in Santa Fe, Albuquerque, Mexico. He loved the Chiefs. The Washington. He always loved them. They had that great running back, that guy who ran through the. He was Caucasian. That guy he wasn't fast, but boy, he had the power, ran over linebackers and stuff like that. We used to watch that, Sean, together. You were all Washington fan. I'm wondering, you probably still are. But yeah, haven't forget that. But then we have the Cleveland Browns. That's right, Cleveland Browns. They did all right, but boy, that's a toss-up. Who's going to win? Their offense are okay, but I got to go with the Cleveland Browns. I'm sorry, Sean. I had to go with the Cleveland Browns because I think their defense is a little better. I could be wrong, but we will see. But I'd say I'm going with the Cleveland Browns. That's right. But then, hey, the other fun game, it's not fun. They suck, both of them. You have the Cincinnati Bengals 0-2. And you got the Philadelphia Eagles 0-2. And the Philadelphia Eagles, the last time you were really, really good was, I think that Cunningham was up playing. Yeah, I know they did so good after that, but not really. But the toss-up, who would you go with? Cincinnati Bengals, and then you got the Philadelphia Eagles. I gotta say, I gotta go with the Philadelphia Eagles. One, I like their uniform, and I also like. There's just the concept. They're better hope than Cincinnati, and also I'm a Steelers fan. Come on now, I have to go against them just because of that fact. So I'm going with the Eagles. I'm kind of biased, but I'm still going with the Philadelphia Eagles. This should be interesting, but we will see. But then we got the Raiders. They're 2-0. And that's right, they're going with the New England Patriots. Without Brady. But guess what? It's going to be a great game. The Raiders are 2-0, but they've been barely winning, guys. They've been putting up good numbers, offensive numbers, but their defense are not. Their defense are giving up a lot of points as well. So, they squeaked one game, I think it was 34-30. Another one was 30-something. But they gave up a lot of points. That just doesn't give me confidence that you cannot win a Super Bowl or make the playoffs or just off offense alone. You can't. The 49ers proved that with their defense. But you need defense. And the Raiders' defense has not been coming through the last couple years. I don't care if they're in a great stadium. Greatest stadium. I can't wait to see it in person. But it's going to be great. I got a timeshare out there. So I might be putting the timeshares for you guys to use. But hey, the Raiders are 2-0. I know all you Oakland fans, I know you're still watching. You said you were on watching, but you guys are true Raiders fans, man. You follow the Raiders when they suck. You follow the Raiders whenever they're around. So I got to say, the Raiders are 2-0, but don't celebrate too much. Because New England, you got one of the two best coaches, but Gruden's all right. He makes that funny face, all that. But I got to tell you, New England's going to do good. Because both of them have to pay that fine, the coaches, for not wearing those masks. So that's expensive. But I got to tell you, I have to go with New England Patriots. Because their coach, if you did the press conference, it looked like he got beat up or something just did something to him when he did that press conference. That I don't know what happened. So he's a tough, old man. And he doesn't care how he dresses. That's right. Or he just doesn't know how to dress. Maybe that's it. Maybe people say he doesn't define the NFL, how he dresses. I think he just doesn't know how to dress. Or he's a penny pick. He doesn't like spending money on clothes. He likes saving his money till he retires, and who knows when that will be coming. So I got to go with New England Patriots. Because New England Patriots, man, they still have a great offense without Brady. And their defense, I love their defense. So I got to go over the Raiders. The Patriots. That's right. And I don't like the Patriots. So you know I'm reaching if I say the Patriots don't win. That's right, the Patriots. So I got to tell you, it's going to be great. But then, hey, let's go with the Nets team. We got the Bears 2-0. And you have the Falcons 0-2. That's right, the Falcons. Remember, their defense was incredible, and they had all that, their defense. And the Bears are always known for defense, but I think the Bears have a better offense. I think their defense is good, but both offenses are doing better. But I got to tell you, I got to go with the Bears because I still like them from the old days. I still like, that's a football team. That's a football city. They just love their Bears, almost like the Raiders. They would live and die for the Bears. And I think the Bears don't come through. No, I don't think so. I don't switch. I don't say the Falcons. What? That's right. I said that. I love the Bears, but I think the Falcons don't come through. I just thought about that. The offense is all that. I think the Falcons defense will come back. It's going to be a close game. But I'm going with Atlanta Falcons. Yes, I changed my mind. But I'm allowed to do that. But I'm going with the Falcons. It's going to be great. Can you see that? The Falcons. It's going to go good. So keep in mind. Yes, I might be eating my words. The Bears might come through. Because I know one my person, Lisa, I know you're out there. Down in Portland. Or you're in Oregon. I know you're a Bears fan. But I know. I'm thinking about you. That's probably I was thinking how much the Bears win. I was so getting all excited. But then what I might have been thinking is me, my wife's friend in Portland. She loves the Bears. But I got to tell you, Lisa, I do love you. But guess what? I got to go with Atlanta. So forgive me if I am right. If I'm wrong, I know you will call me out. Because you do that very good. So, Lisa, I support you 100%, but I cannot support your Bears this week. So just letting you know. But then we have the Rams, and Buffalo. Whew. Great stadium the Rams are playing, but they're playing Buffalo. But then you think about Buffalo, they're not doing too good right now. I'm looking at it right now. The Rams are 2-0. Buffalo is 0-2. But what I'm really impressed about the Rams is that young quarterback. I mean, first round draft pick. I gotta say, I love that kid. You see the passion. You see, man, that kid loves to run because he's young. He doesn't know quarterbacks are supposed to slide, but he runs. He wants to just beat it up. And he's smart. That kid's very smart. And his arm is pretty accurate. So I got to go. Buffalo, you used to be good. When it was snowing, you had great running backs. You guys were great in the snow, all that. But you're not like that anymore. So I got to go with the Rams. And I know who's watching that too. My friend Mike, who loved the Dodgers. I'm sure you're still a Rams fan because you always been. So you should be really celebrating that you got that young kid as your quarterback because I think that's the future. You could count on it. You could quote rhymestimes on his YouTube channel and his SoundCloud. You could quote me that's the future quarterback we'll be talking about in the next couple of years. I bet we will be talking about them by the end of the year because I think the Rams is on pace to make the playoffs. I know. Sounds strange. But the Rams, I got faith in that quarterback. And he's been showing me some great things too. So we got to go with the Rams. That's right. Buffalo, you suck. But I do love buffalo wings. That's probably the best thing I hear about Buffalo right now is you could go get buffalo wings. Get them honey mustard dip, barbecue dip. You could get all sorts of dips, and they really enjoy buffalo. Because that's the closest you'll love buffalo this year is the buffalo wings. But it's okay. We gotta love our buffalo wings. I might have that this weekend just to celebrate Buffalo for losing again. But then, oh, who are we talking about next? Remember the Rams will win. We're talking about the Houston Titans. The Houston Titans. But guess what you're going against? The Steel Curtain. The Pittsburgh Steelers. You're going for the Pittsburgh Steelers? Right now, Titans, you're 0-2. No faith. And then you have the Steelers that are 2-0. And they're still haven't met their full potential. Only thing we have to hope is Ben Roethlisberger stays healthy. We hope he stays healthy because guess what? We always have problems around this time of the year. The third or fourth game, Ben might get hurt. This is where I get still. I'm a Steelers fan. I'm worried. I'm worried about the third and fourth game of this third week and fourth week of this season because that's when Ben gets hurt. You know, that motorcycle accident when he got kind of crazy on this motorcycle. When he had 8 people on him and he got hurt. Yeah, that guy could carry a lot of load. And then you have, of course, the Steelers running game is coming back. That's right, guys. The Steelers running game is coming back. And if that running game comes back, whoo, that opens up more for Ben with his arm. That means he could throw that ball with more options. And he won't have to worry about having 8 people, 7 or 6 people hanging on his leg, hanging on his shirt, and he still throws a 30-yard pass. That's a tough, big white guy. That's right. He's tough. So I got to tell you, I'm going with the Steelers. But also I'm kind of afraid too. I think this might be Ben's last year. He might retire. I think he's thinking about retirement. So, and he's gonna retire as a Steelers fan. He's not gonna be like a Brady that goes to another team, Tampa Bay, because Ben doesn't need that. He doesn't need that glory. He doesn't need that because he's a team player. He doesn't need a model to support. Because Ben is from the whole old school country boy. So I got to go with the Steelers don't do good. They don't go 3-0. And I also I'm hoping he doesn't retire next year. This year. He plays one more his last year next year when the stadiums are open again and when the crowds are going crazy and we could actually enjoy them. And maybe I go to Las Vegas, use my timeshare to see the Raiders and the Steelers play if they play next year. Wouldn't that be great? Because we will see. But I'm going with the Steelers. And I think Juju or whatever, or whoever the receivers are going to hold on the ball. Because they always choke, fumbling the ball. So, I'm going with the Steelers. Our running game is back. That's right. Steelers, you're back. Steel Curtain is back. So, be ready for that. But then we go with the Tennessee Titans against Minnesota Vikings. What happened to you, Minnesota? What happened to you? Really, what happened? I can't even say, hey, this will be a close game or nothing. The Titans will probably win, go 3-0. The Vikings will go 0-3. Their running game is not there anymore. Their passing game, their defense isn't that good. So I have to say, just cut it to the thing right now, and just say the Titans will win, and they don't go 3-0. And the Vikings, don't worry, you're going undefeated, as the other way around, 0-3. But that's okay. I'm from Minnesota. St. Paul, Minnesota. I was born. I know my cousins and all that are Vikings fans still. Because it's cold and they have to support somebody. Because that's when they get together in a family, have get-togethers and all that. And they have to cheer for something. And they hope the Vikings come through. But boy, it's been a long time. I don't see it. I don't see it. So I have to go with the Titans, 3-0. So we will see. But another fun game might be the Carolina Panthers. No, I'm just kidding. They're 0-2. And the LA Chargers. That's going to be good. LA Chargers are right now 1-1. They'll be playing there in that new stadium as well. So that's the only thing that will impress me with the Los Angeles Chargers. And I know one of my buddies out there, Lee, I know you're in South Lake Tahoe and you're a Chargers fan and you keep on rooting for them, all that. That's right. It's great. The weather's great in Tahoe. Enjoy that. Go for a hike. Have a little barbecue. Because really, that's not a big game. The Chargers will win. For sure. Unless they really choke and make it close. But really, it's not going to be a sight. So, maybe just have a barbecue, spend time with your family, look at the TV once in a while. Yes, the Chargers will go 2-1. But don't think they're going too far yet, Lee. Because they're not. They still have to impress me a little more. But be happy right now. Enjoy Tahoe. Enjoy your family. And guess what? Enjoy the Chargers winning and going 2-1. That's going to happen. So it's going to be great. But then we have the New York Jets, 0-2. We have the Indianapolis Colts, 1-1. Do I have to say it? Indianapolis Colts will win. They're playing the Jets. They're playing the Jets. Come on. Who cannot beat the Jets? Man, this great Northern California team, football, De La Salle High School, probably could beat the Jets right now. That's right, I call it. De La Salle High School and the Jets, you should have a preseason game next year. And the De La Salle High School is probably going to win. They probably will win. Their defense will be better. Their offense is always good. So I go with De La Salle next year. You should call up the Jets and ask for a preseason game because you probably come out with a victory. So the Jets are going down. That's right. Totally obvious. Colts, you should be lucky you're playing the Jets this week so you can make your record 2-1 and make it look like you're really a good team. But guess what? You're playing the Jets. So don't celebrate too much. And don't choke because I will be laughing at you because there's no way you should be losing to the Jets. So let's go. Beat the Colts, you better beat the Jets, and you better beat them good. Because if it's a close game, boy, you suck. And De La Salle will ask for a preseason game from you too next year as well. So, the Jets going down 0-3. Hey, that's in this. But the St. Louis Cardinals and Detroit Lions. Well, I have to go with the St. Louis Cardinals. We have Fitzgerald. He's the man. He's a tough player. And he loves football. So, we've been talking a lot. So I want to get really close to you and say, Fitzgerald is the man. He loves fast. St. Louis Cardinals have a great offense. I go with them because Detroit doesn't have nothing right now. But I want to thank you for tuning in to rhymestimes. I mean, we had a good time. Talk about football. Talk about everything's going on. So I just want to let you know. Thank you for tuning rhymestimes. Let's have some fun. I will talk about more, recap every Saturday. Give you the what's going on in the week on football and sports-wise. Just catch me on SoundCloud. Check me out on YouTube, even Instagram, rhymestimes thoughts. And let's have some fun. But I hope you enjoy this and enjoy the game. And enjoy my podcast. Once again, rhymestimes thoughts, YouTube, Instagram, SoundCloud. And don't forget to say likes, subscribe, and let's talk. But I hope you had some fun today, like I did. So, for now, I'm back to my having fun. Listen to some music and maybe some research. So, have some fun. Rhymestimes, thoughts. I'm out. Hoo hoo.